Michael Mathis from Zook's Demos Recordings. Last week, February the 12th, 2025, I was experiencing a heart attack, which I have a history of heart problems. I went down to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, and before I could get to the emergency room doors, I was about 300 feet, I guess, away from the emergency room doors. I collapsed on the sidewalk in the pouring rain. It took them 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes, to facilitate how to get me off the sidewalk in the rain into the emergency room doors. They finally brought a security guard out there with a wheelchair. As I got into the wheelchair and they're rolling me in, then the ambulance shows up with the stretcher and everything. Once I get into Vanderbilt emergency room, I'm in there for hours, and I'm pleading with them for the pain in my chest. They refuse to give me anything. Luckily for me, I carry nitrogen with me, or nitroglycerin with me. And as I removed the nitroglycerin from my pocket and attempted to take one, they had 20 staff members tackle me down and take away my nitroglycerin so I could sit there and suffer in pain. Only then, when I called out to people from the outside of the hospital and they started rushing into the hospital to help me, that's when they came in and they gave me a lidocaine patch to put on my chest. They admitted me. I was hemorrhaging blood internally. I needed a blood transfusion, which of course I did get a blood transfusion. Most likely I needed 2 of them, but we never got that far because I began to have chest pains again upstairs, and the cocky little DEI nurses there in Vanderbilt refused to give me pain medication once again. So if there are any lawyers out there that have ever dealt with this VUMC down in Nashville, Tennessee, I would ask and plead for you to reach out to me right here. Reach out to me here on YouTube. And I would like to file a lawsuit. I know it's almost impossible to sue the medical industry. There are tyrants today, the medical industrial tyrants today out there. They are not healthcare workers. They're all woke DEI little assholes working there at Vanderbilt University. So if there are any lawyers that had any experience in dealing with these people, I've reached out to a few today, but a lot of people are reluctant to touch a university or a hospital such as Vanderbilt right now. I wish Trump and Musk would go in there and audit their asses and start getting rid of some of the scrap and the fat that they got in there. There's a lot of fat in there, I'll tell you that right now. So, yes, please reach out to me, Michael Mathis, right here at YouTube at Zook's Demos Recordings. I would definitely like to make sure that this kind of crap doesn't happen to anybody else. I ended up having to walk out of the hospital at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no buses. I couldn't find a cab anywhere at 3 o'clock in the morning. I ended up walking from Vanderbilt halfway to downtown Nashville, sitting there at a bus stop, waiting for everything to start running there. Luckily, there was Gray Family McDonald's down there. I was able to go in there and rest and get a cup of coffee until the city started to wake up and I could get back home. So this should not happen. I left the hospital. I had IVs all in my arms. I said I'm leaving, you know, because if they're not going to give me anything for the pain, I'm not going to sit there and let them laugh at me. All right, so I got up. I told them I'm leaving. She goes, all right, see you later, bye. And it was only after I got downstairs to the street that they realized that they had made a mistake. They let me go with all the IVs and everything still in my arms, the catheters, yeah. Then they sent the security down to harass me again because they wanted their IVs back out of my arm. I waited till I got home and I took it out. bunch of assholes there. They don't know what their ass from a hole in the ground there. But I would definitely like to sue their ass. So if anybody out there has had any experience with VUMC in Nashville, I know they've had many lawsuits. All they seem to worry about their lawsuits, though, is cutting off little boys' peckers in there. So they're not worried about real health care. They're worried about these transitioning surgeries that they can't perform anymore. So reach out to me, please, if you got any experience. I'll rock and roll with you, okay? Mathis out.